Greetings and welcome to our channel, Our Mom's Garden. Our mission here at Our Mom's Garden is to give suggestions on ways to establish a beautiful and relaxing garden that is also easy to maintain. So let's get started. In our video today, I'm going to go over some things that I've talked to people about in the past who wanted to start a garden, and some things that you may want to think about before you start a garden project. And these things can be true for beginners and for the experienced gardener. So the first thing I believe you should consider is time management. When you think about time management, you have to consider how much time you have to garden. How much time you have to garden, how much time you want to garden is two different things. So you should think about how much time you actually have to garden. You want to think about, can you garden every day or every other day or only on the weekends or maybe for a few hours before or after work. These are things that you may want to consider before you start your gardening project, because how much time you have will greatly affect the type of garden that you're going to have. The next thing I want to talk about would be money. Money is a factor in most things in daily life, and money is also a thing to consider when gardening. When you consider how much money you have to spend, things you want to consider are how much you have to spend on plants, on tools, on equipment, and on garden decor. Other things that you may have to consider are, do you want lighting or water fixtures or seeding, fencing, or hardscaping versus landscaping, such as pavers and things such as that. Try to make a weekly budget, or a monthly budget, or even just a seasonal budget. These things are the things you may want to consider when you're considering a gardening project. The next thing I want to talk about is garden type. There are different types of garden that you may choose to have. You may choose to have an annual garden, or cut flowers. You may want a perennial garden, or a fruit and vegetable garden, or herbs, or a combination of different types of things in your garden. Do you want shrubs and or trees? Do you want deciduous trees that kind of lose their leaves every year and come back in the spring? Or do you want evergreens? Do you want fall color? These are things you want to consider when you think about what type of garden you want to have. The next thing I want to talk about is garden size. How much space do you have? Do you have a small space, a medium space, or a large space? Those are also things you want to consider in what type of garden you're going to have. Where to garden? Do you have a porch, a deck, or a patio? Do you want plants in the ground, or in pots or containers, or a combination? Maybe you want deck boxes or window boxes. Are you going to have flower beds in the ground or raised flower beds? Those are things you want to also consider when you're considering what type of garden project you want to start. The next thing will be environment. Do you have full sun or full shade in the area that you want to garden? Or do you have part sun, part shade? Do you have morning sun or morning shade? Those things, or afternoon sun or afternoon shade. Those are some of the things you want to think about when you want to start a gardening project. Next thing, teamwork. Will you have help from your children, or a spouse, or a professional, maybe just to cut your grass? As we go on, we will talk about, do you want to have wildlife? Do you want to have a garden that invite birds to your yard, bees and butterflies, and other pollinators? Do you want to discourage rabbits and deer from eating your garden before you can enjoy it or get to eat it? The next thing you want to think about is, what kind of tools do you have? What kind of tools will you need? Do you have a lawnmower? Will you need a lawnmower? A shovel, garden tools, gloves. We are making a video of some essential tools for your garden. The next thing is, number 10, is pets. Will you have pets in your garden? Is your garden pet friendly and pet safe? Do you have space for your pet to enjoy your yard and space? Next thing I want to talk about is taking notes. Write some things down. Walk through your space and take notes. Try to see what time the sun comes up and the sun comes down. Where is the sun shining at? What's full sun and what's shade? Think about where you want to have your garden and how easy will it be for you to maintain your garden at the location you choose. Let's get started. Remember, start small or at a level that you can maintain. A garden can be a space for you and your friends and family to enjoy for a very long time. So enjoy the journey. I hope you like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, hit that thumbs up button. And thanks for watching. Peace.